Hi everyone, and welcome back to Unit 2, Right Turn. So in the preview we talked about the election between Yoon Suk-yeol and Lee Jae-myung, and some of the things that people disliked about Lee Jae-myung. One of the other things they disliked about him was this comment he made about the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And he kind of blamed Ukraine for getting too close to the US, too close to NATO, and making Russia mad. People didn't like this because they felt that Lee Jae-myung was blaming Ukraine for getting invaded, rather than blaming Russia for doing the invading. Yoon Suk-yeol, on the other hand, he said that it was just something that underscores the importance of Korea staying close to the US for protection and strength and all of that. So they did differ on the Russia-Ukraine issue.
Underscore.
Underscore.
Yoon, his victory is expected to be good for big business, especially. So he's opposed to the 52-hour work week and currently somewhat high minimum wage. So he's expected to kind of cut back or roll back some of those things that were instituted with the current president or previous president at the time of that this video comes out. Some of the things that he did during his presidency. And he's also supposed to be maybe going to be less stringent about some of the consumer protections as well.
I see.
Stringent.
Stringent.
So it's good for business, maybe bad for people. We'll see.
Yeah.
But no matter which side you're on, now that Yoon has won, it's maybe best to wish him the best in the spirit of reconciliation and hope that he will be able to face the challenges that are coming successfully for the benefit of everybody here in Korea.
Reconciliation.
Reconciliation.
So going back to third-party candidates, many people, or some people, did decide to vote for third-party candidates. Why do you think that people vote for third-party candidates when they often or rarely have any chance of winning?
Third-party candidate.
Third-party candidate.
As from an American perspective, in American voting, third party never have a chance.
Never. And Korea as well, pretty much.
Well, they do get a lot more of the votes, so they kind of get seats in parliament.
In parliament.
Maybe they don't really have an impact on the presidency itself, but they can impact parliament.
Right.
Or is it parliament or assembly hall? Assembly.
The assembly, I
think.
think.
Sorry, gotta get the terminology correct.
Right.
In the U.S., third party. There's a few who become independent for our legislative branch, but it's two parties. Everything's two parties.
Yeah.
And there's some legitimacy to a third party candidate running if they get a very precise percentage of the vote. Then they are allowed, or they are there's certain rules about the TV broadcast. They have to include them for some debates and other things. But if they don't meet that threshold or percentage, they're just irrelevant, which rarely they ever do. So.
Yeah, I think there were 2 or 3 maybe this year who made the debates for the Korean presidential
Right, that too.
election.
So I think it's similar to America in that case, which, I think was Ahn Cho-soo was there to debate, and then he the day after just joined Yoon's party. So I know some friends who kind of preferred him more, talked about him more, and then when he went to Yoon's, they were like, "Oh, that's now it's truly lesser of two evils." So, but what do you think, in your personal opinion, about third party?
I think that in situations like this where you really don't like any of the candidates, people kind of have like a protest vote. Like, I want to vote, I want to have my voice heard, but I really can't, in good consciousness, vote for either of the two major parties. So they vote for a third party.
I see.
And it can also be, to give those third parties a voice, like you said. If you get a certain percentage, then you get advantages in future elections.
Right.
So that's a good thing. People say you're kind of throwing away your vote if you vote for a third party. So it's better to choose the lesser of two evils.
The lesser of two evils.
The lesser of two evils.
But, if you really don't like either of them. And I think, personally, it would be great if there were more than two parties with a chance of winning in both the US and Korea.
Oh, definitely is.
Because you really limit your choices and the policies, and if nobody else has a vote, there's other ways of thinking that are not, People's Power Party or Democratic Party or Democratic or Republican Party in the US. There's multiple ways of thinking, and it would be great if those people actually had voices.
Right.
So if I had a third party candidate that I really believed in, it would be a hard decision. Do you vote for the person who's probably going to lose, or stick to your guns, and I don't know, it's a hard decision.
It is.
Okay, and that's all for Unit 2 Right Turn. We'll see you in the next video.